What's going on everybody, how you all doing? SHARKBELK here and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be taking a look at one of the spawns recently affected by nerfs made to creatures' stats in hopes of bringing a much needed balance to the game and whether or not it's still a viable hunting ground for players to go to anymore. So the spawn we're looking at today, my guys, is known as the Museum of Fine Arts Extension Grounds, or just FURIES instead, because you know, that's much easier to say. Anyway, before the great nerf that occurred back in January, this spawn was an absolutely great place to hunt as a single target paladin looking to make tons of money and experience at the same time. But now after seeing Cipsoft make numerous changes to the creature's experience value, and with it now looking like they've actually settled on a number that they like the look of, it was finally time to make a comeback to this place and just see what they've done to my fiery waifu. So let's crack on. If you're looking to come here yourself, I would recommend this spot for players over level 130 as a rough guideline. But like I said, there's absolutely nothing stopping you from coming here much sooner, so long as you feel up to the challenge, that is. And with that all out the way, let's get stuck right into the video, shall we? This spawn is found inside the FURIES Museum, of which the entrance to is situated just to the right of the city's temple here. Once you're there, head on inside and make your way through the teleporter. Then, just go on over to the front desk and talk to NPC Gareth, and say the words hi, support, yes, extension, problem, yes. Doing so will cost you 10,000 gold in the process, but that's just a mere drop in the pond compared to the sheer amount of fat stacks of plats you will no doubt be making from hunting here, as Cip, to my knowledge, didn't get around to nerfing their loot table luckily. Anyway, once your quest log is updated, you're all now set to enter the spawn, so just follow me and I'll take you there. So, when hunting in this spawn, you'll soon find that the only creatures that reside in this part of the cave is that of FURIES and the odd few floating savants. But if you stay away from the paths that I've marked in red, you shouldn't encounter any of those, so don't worry about it. But you could always just block those pathways off with a cheeky poison wall to be on the safe side, until you get more comfortable with your surroundings here. Now, when it comes to fighting these fiery bitches, you'll want to avoid being hit by them at all costs, so be sure to take full advantage of the fact that they won't walk over poison walls, and bring a good supply of them when coming here. I took the liberty of laying out some green tapestries on the floor as reference for you guys as to where you should be placing your runes when using them. Just note though that this method is in no way foolproof by any means, and can quickly go from bad to worse for you if you make a mistake and pull more than one, so be careful, but just take it slow at first and only venture so far down the tunnels to begin with when coming here for the first time, and you'll be just fine, making sure to always keep yourself at a diagonal from them at the very least, as their death beam can be absolutely lethal to you should you not be at full HP at any one time, so definitely don't be stingy like I'm being when it comes to healing myself with Grand San, and it'll all be cool. Oh yeah, and also, you'll want to be using Auxiliary Con whilst here due to the Fury's 10% weakness to physical hits. Hey, maybe even throw in the use of a couple Grand Cons too if you feel like it as well, why not? Because I've recommended this spawn for Paladins over level 130, I chose to limit myself to only using gear found within that level range, as a guideline for you guys on what best to wear when coming here yourselves, and came up with a set that looks like this. Looking to mainly focus on reducing the sheer amount of death damage you will take from Furies, because if you're ever caught off guard by them, man can they pack a punch. But just be sure to keep on the right side of them poison walls and you'll be just fine, don't worry. Okay, let's take a quick minute to talk about the loot you'll be picking up when here, which I don't know exactly what these Furies are doing having all these rods inside of them, but maybe we're just better off not knowing it all, hey? You know, ignorance is bliss and all that? Let's move on. So finally, it's time for us to crunch them numbers and compare our pre-nerf analyzers with today's findings. So, after hunting at this spawn today, I was set to make 880k EXP an hour here with green stamina. Which yes, when compared to the 1.1kk I could make here before the nerf, it is now of course less experience overall, but I wouldn't say by any means that this spawn is now ruined and not worth coming to at all, as when you compare it to other hunts you can make around this level range, for instance the mini Rosha creatures found at the Fairest Fire Shrine, you still make more EXP here than you would there. And that's even after they've lowered the EXP value of Furies as well. So it's not bad. Now to go over the profit side to the spawn, which like I said earlier, as Cipsoft's patch notes don't include anything about changing the drop chances from the creature, I would say it's pretty safe to assume that this spawn is just as profitable as it was before, and so with that said, I would say on average you would look to make around maybe 250k profit an hour here still, which is absolutely cracking really. And for those of you interested in the bestiary, you'll see that we managed to kill around 80 Furies every half an hour when here. pre-nerf and post, so that's definitely not changed at least. Anyway, with that said, to unlock this creature, you're looking at probably spending forever here to unlock them from the bestiary, and for just 50 charm points, it's probably better to maybe unlock them somewhere else with other creatures simultaneously to save wasting on as much time as possible. Sorry. And so, that was basically the FURIES Furies spawn in a nutshell for you guys, which all in all I had a great time checking out the changes made and showing you a comparison of the before and after, so you should hold off on selling your accounts just that little bit longer, as all is not lost just yet, that is, until of course they try their hands again at balancing more spawns, but yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions on any other spawns you'd like to see me cover in the near future, be sure to leave them in the comments. Also, if after watching this video you fancy giving the spawn a try for yourselves, please do come back and leave a comment with how things went for you. And with that, boys and girls, I'll be back with another video real soon, but until then, take good care of yourselves. Bye bye.